Long-term care insurance. Why do so many not have it? So again, on a post I read a few minutes ago, people talk about how long-term care is so expensive per month. And yes, it is. Overall, the cost of healthcare, including long-term care, is high. But what I don't see much at all is a discussion about long-term care insurance. Why not? I and my wife have had it since late 20s, and every few years I get a notice offering me higher daily coverage at a new higher premium, of course. And I accept that coverage and continue paying my premium because I know so many of us will require long-term care. But I see so many people don't have it. I get it if a job never offered it, but even then, there are standalone outside of work ways to get it. I also get not having it if money is tight. It's the insurance I drop as well if forced to make a choice. But beyond this, why the lack of uptake?
Well, his first statement is individual long-term care plans are very expensive. When they first started out, they were quite affordable. I personally have long-term care coverage that my premiums today are 4 times what I started out with. And the reason for that is the insurance companies that have what we refer to as that block of business in place, they can't take it away from you, but they can price it to the point where you might not want to keep it. The term in the insurance business is it is guaranteed renewable, and the other term is non-cancelable. Guaranteed renewable means that, as long as you pay the premiums, you've got the coverage. But they have the right to go to the state insurance commissioner in your state and request rate adjustments, and they can only adjust your rates based on the block of business. They can't pick on you individually. So anybody that bought the coverage during the time frame they were issuing your particular plan, if the state insurance commissioner approves it, and they typically do, they don't approve it for as much as the insurance company wants to, but sort of like, well, if you want 100% increase, the state might give you a 50% increase. So they ask for more than they know they're going to get, and they still get an increase. So why people aren't buying more long-term care? It's expensive. Secondly, some employers, through their group health insurers, will offer long-term care coverages, and those two adjust in price. Typically, they might be less expensive than an individual plan, but the problem there is if you leave that employment, you typically leave that coverage. Long-term care coverage has become a hot topic because baby boomers are aging out. We've got the generation X's or Z's or whatever's coming up next. And that's putting more pressure on. And to the credit of the insurance industry, I will say that if you're buying life insurance today, most carriers have a provision in the death benefit section of your life insurance contract that they will front part of the death benefit if you meet, 2 or more activities of daily living losses, such as, being able to transport yourself, toileting yourself, bathe and dress yourself, those type things. For example, the insurance companies, if they get you insured for a death benefit of $100,000, within the contract, they may pay you $30,000, $35,000 in advance. And the way they recoup their money is upon your death, they will net out what they have paid you in advance, along with a reasonable interest rate they've charged, and pay the balance to your beneficiary, meaning the death benefit. So most of the life insurance companies, and people are buying life insurance more so now than ever because of that reason, it does have, they call it long-term care provisions that you're simply insuring yourself with a death benefit to cover your long-term care needs. It's not a pure standalone long-term care plan. So, that's something to look at. As this person says, well, why the lack of uptake? Well, the lack of uptake on an individual plan is very expensive. And a lot of people don't understand or know or haven't been advised that they can buy life insurance that has those long-term care features, but realize that all the insurer is doing is fronting part of the death benefit at an interest rate. And because I'll tell you, none of the insurance companies do it for free. So they're going to make a profit. But they are making it more convenient to cover your long-term care needs.
Got it.
Hope that's clear as mud, but that's what's going on here. That's what's going on today.
So most people are opting for the life insurance with those specific things inside of it,
yes,
based on cost.
Yes, because it's become very expensive, and there, most of the major carriers who offered long-term care coverage left the marketplace. So your choices of providers are few and far between, because none of the long-term care insurers have made money. That's why they keep adjusting the premium.
Wow, I never thought you just said a sentence that really got to me right there. None of them made money on it, so that's why the premiums are going up as time goes on.
Sure.
So they weren't able in the beginning to even calculate out the needs because of the changing long-term care costs.
Well,
right?
It was an actuary's nightmare.